Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome to the first of the Shadow Tactics hardcore speedruns. I can talk about some administrative stuff real quick during this early section because it's mostly just double clicking on stuff. The biggest difference between hardcore mode and normal mode is that the guards notice you very, very quickly on hardcore. The vision cones fill extremely quickly. So a lot of the strategies that we used on the earlier levels just aren't going to work here. We're going to have to devise some new stuff. And obviously, any amount of having to hide because you set off an alarm and you're waiting for the guards to return to their old paths is going to hurt our time a lot. So we're going to just be trying to avoid detection as much as possible while running as quickly as possible. Alright. So the beginning part of this level, up until we meet Mugen, it's basically just run as fast as you can. The previous section where I had to go over the rooftops is basically the only part of it where you can't run because the guards will see you. But as soon as they're past you, you can pick up sprinting again. Okay. Down here where you get access to the shuriken, the level suggests to you that you should use the shuriken to kill both these guys, but that's actually not a good idea. It takes so long for the shuriken to cool down. If you throw it at the first dude and then run over and pick it up, you still won't be able to throw it again for like 10 seconds. So you definitely just want to sprint past him. And then don't worry about moving Hayato out of this area or dispatching that guard, because you actually can ignore all the guards in this area entirely and they'll all just be deleted when Mugen interacts with the cannon. You also don't have to worry about Mugen's wine. We will not be needing it again later in the level. Also, I think the cannon reset here may actually have given it back to us, but like I was saying, you don't need it at all. You also don't need to use Mugen at all for this section. There's a door coming up ahead, the door that leads to the cutscene where you meet Takuma. When you operate that door, it teleports Hayato and Mugen to the same location just on the other side of the door. So you actually only need to take one person through to do this. And since it generally is going to be the case that we want to avoid engaging with guards in any way is a time cost. You really want to avoid moving people whenever you can. Any place that you can clear with one person is going to be it's going to be a lot easier to do it that way. So here's that door I was talking about. As you can see, you just kind of run around everybody. The Straw Hats notice you run past, but who cares? Look, ta-da, Mugen and Hayato back together again. Now this area is the only part of the level that really requires any execution. It's pretty important that you take care of both of these guards because you have to be in the open over here by the pagoda for a little while. And then the only part of the level that I really had to put any time into figuring out was this bit at the end. There's probably a way to do this so that the timing lines up a little better. I'm gonna sit here and wait, first of all, until Mugen's Samurai Wind attack, his AoE attack, is off cooldown. But it's already off cooldown, right? And now we're still having to wait. There's probably a way to do this so that you either don't have to use it or you can sync things up a little bit better. Because we lost a whole cycle here, right? Alright, as soon as the patrolling guard moves away from these guys, the guys at the upper table, you can kill them and they won't notice. They won't notice the guy right next to them die. And then Mugen solves all other problems. There's a bunch of different ways to approach this, but I found that basically this is the only one I could use without getting the attention of the guards in the area where we're about to throw the barrel. If you let any of the dudes in here shout, the guards in the area where we're going to throw the barrel, turn and look through the gate, and then we'll shoot at Mugen while he's carrying the barrel, and if he gets shot while he's carrying it, he explodes. So as you're about to see here, when the game shows us our timer, we cleared this mission with 4:16, and the speedrun difficulty was 11 minutes. So we cleared the mission with almost 7 minutes left to go. It turns out the speedrun badges are very forgiving. So I hope that was enlightening to you if you've been having trouble getting the speedrun badge on your own, and come back next time for the hardcore speedrun badge for Nakasendo Road. And we'll see you then.